Doing everything you've been taught to do. You're sending your email campaigns, you've got a community, you're working hard on social media, you're posting 30, 40 times a day. Maybe you're even running ads, but it's still not working. You're not converting like you used to. And the bad news is it's only going to get worse. The market has shifted massively. And in 2026, people are buying differently to even 6 months or a year ago. What used to work in 2025 and used to work brilliantly is now landing flat on its face. I'm gonna share how a friend of mine was doing $400,000 a month with a specific campaign, and he reached out to me and said, Pete, it's just not working anymore. I do not know what has happened, but we've gone from this campaign to doing practically zero. And the whole thing comes back to we are in a trust recession. I don't actually believe it's a trust recession. I believe the specific recession is a leadership recession. But I'm gonna get into that today. But whether you're starting out in business or you've been in business for 25 years and you're ready to level up with your sales, with your marketing, this is gonna be the breakthrough for you. I'm gonna take you through the old way of what was working and why it's not working anymore, the shift that we're going through, and then into this new game that we're in today. And by the way, there's a couple of caveats here. Number one, if you genuinely give a damn about the people that you serve, if you want to help them, you want to change their lives with the specific area that you can help them, then this is going to be transformational for you. Number two, if you are a genuine expert and you add value to the people that you help, brilliant, then this is also going to be the video for you. By the way, my name is Pete Scott. You'll see that my channel here is Sales Energetics. Drop a comment below, let me know what your business is, and then from there, all the subscribers that I get here, every single one of you is appreciated. Let's get into this without any delay. The old game breaking in 2026. We know already what used to work last year, 5 years ago, is just not working anymore. I've been through this myself, and I share some personal examples of what I went through, had to go through in order to reach where I am now. And I've changed the way that I'm selling, and I'm seeing the results in my business massively, and also in my clients' results too. And I'm going to share it with you openly today. So first up, there are 3 specific areas that, from my observation, that I have seen that are not working. And I've worked with thousands of business owners around the world. Right now, I have 60 business owners in my private consulting community from 20 plus industries. So this is not purely my observation in my business. I'm literally seeing this in the market with my clients. It's what they're feeding back as well, and what I'm seeing in their sales data. There's 3 predominant areas that used to work extremely well, and they're just not getting the same results that they used to. They are funnels, ads, and communities. Now, there are nuances to each of these topics. Let's get into it. Number 1 is funnels. Running an ad into a free training. We've all been through it. You see an ad, it's a big promise. Some gurus, some influencers saying, hey, you want to make X amount per month by working 3 hours a day. You say, yeah, that sounds good to me. Sign me up. You sign up for their training, you sit through a 1 hour or 2 hour webinar, and then there's a big upsell at the end. We know already, this is more obvious. This isn't working the way that it used to. The big upsell off of a cold campaign doesn't work. But also, I experienced this recently where I tested a campaign that I ran just 2 years ago that used to pull in consistently between 50 to 70,000 pounds, UK pounds, cash collected every single time. And one time it did 102,000 pounds cash collected in just over a week. So this was a very successful campaign, not a paid ad. I ran this to a warm audience. It wasn't even a cold audience. When I ran the same campaign at the end of 2025, and the actual campaign over 3 days, it was a 3-day training focused on a specific industry and a specific skill set that that industry needs, and then an upsell at the end of 3 days. They all were aware that the upsell was coming. Now remember, previously I was doing 50 to 70 grand. This time around, at the end of the 3 days, I thought we're gonna at least pull in 30 to 40 grand. This has been a brilliant 3 days. Guess what? Pulled in £2,500. I had to revamp the offer entirely, got a few more people to buy. We ended on 11,000. So that was an example of what isn't working anymore. Now, of course, most of these free trainings that you go to and these funnels, you get a big upsell, and then that expert, that guru disappears. That's why I believe we don't so much have a trust recession, it's a leadership recession. I'm going to go further into detail with this as well. But disappearing after you've paid is just a massive no-go now. The market is always learning how to buy. We're all customers, right? You're a customer, I'm a customer. We are learning how to buy far more quickly than the experts are learning how to sell. And no matter what, the market will always have the power. We've got the choice to decide, as a customer, as a client, do I want to buy into this individual? So something to remember, your market is always learning how to buy, and they're going to do what feels right. They're going to do what's within their energy. Hence why my channel is Sales Energetics. So funnels are out in 2026, big time. There's a different type of funnel. If you want me to go into that in detail in a different video, I can do that. I've not got time today, but I can do that, like I say, another time. Ads. Now this is where it gets fascinating. We know ads are more expensive than they've ever been. And I'm not saying that ads don't work. There's a small percentage of people, and somebody watching this right now might challenge me and say, come on, Pete, what are you talking about? I'm doing $500,000 a month in ads. Okay, that's cool. But I'm not talking about the minority and the 1%. I'm talking about how the rest of us can build a thriving, successful business. And if that means that you're hitting 10K a month, 20K a month, organic, amazing. The fact is, you cannot deny that ads are more expensive than they've ever been, and trust is lower than ever before. And this is where I spoke to a good friend of mine just a few days ago. His business was doing $400,000 a month, 500K on a good month, purely through ads. He reached out to me and said, Pete, I've got to talk to you because I can see what you're doing is working. And this was great news for me because I've been working hard with the new game, which I'm going to talk to you about shortly, and for him to reach out and me knowing how successful he is with his company, for him to call me and say, look, the ads that we're running, they're just not working anymore. He said, we're running ads, we've got the VSL, we book people directly onto sales calls, and then from there, I've got 6 salespeople. They're just not converting like they used to. We do the sales call, and then from there, a tiny percent compared to before is converting. So ads, if you're thinking about running ads, cool, go ahead. But bear in mind, for me, ads are something that are not working the way that they used to. Communities. Now, this is an interesting one because we would think that in today's market, community is everything. But this is where communities are broken. Let's be real. How many communities have you been a part of? How many communities are you in right now and you don't do anything? The amount of communities out there that are not needed, and it's because of no leadership. When the leader's not showing up for the community is not going to show up for everybody else. So I'm seeing this again and again, and it links back to what I'm saying, that this isn't even a trust recession, it's a leadership recession. The noise that comes with being in a community, a lot of people these days, they just want to skip past all the noise and work directly. This is why consulting is part of the new game, why working one-to-one on a deeper level with your clients and charging properly can be the best solution. I'm seeing it with communities. I actually run my own community. You can check out my community below. I love running my community, but it involves a lot of things that I enjoy, like having a lot of conversations back and forth. I'm active in that community. I'm posting, I'm challenging, I'm asking my community to step up and asking what they're doing different in their business. If you're going to run a community, you've got to see it as something that you're all in with, because there's so much noise in today's market and people are done with it. A lot of people are done with social media. So if you're going to get people on social media, for example, to your Facebook group, they've got to have a very good reason to want to be there. So let's move in. There is a shift. We've gone from the transactional sales where, as I've mentioned, you run ads. I ran a 3-day campaign with an upsell, and that used to work. And it blew me away because I was so confident, just going back to here for a moment, I was so confident that it would work again. And it blew me away when I didn't get the same results, not even close to what I had before, and I had to change the whole offer and go back to everybody that was a part of that program. So the transactional game is finished, thank goodness. And now it's all about relationships. And as we get into the new game, I'll tell you with this shift why relationships is key. And then from there, it used to be about impression, about being polished. My YouTube videos, if I go back a few years ago, I worked so hard to ensure that I had the best edited videos. I actually had a videographer who worked for me for 18 months. And now I just film the videos by myself. I'm not too worried about the mistakes that I make and over editing. So the good news is people don't care about how polished you are. They want you messy. If you're going to do YouTube, if you're going to show up on social media wants you messy because it's social media. It's not buying media or shopping media. Yeah. So people now buy when they feel safe to buy. So they get to know you and they feel like, I like this person. They're not placing themselves as a guru. They're not on a pedestal. They're on their journey as well. They're entrusting in me and sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's cool. So they're going to buy because they feel safe buying from you. We know tactics. I used to run my business. I'll be totally open. I used to run my business and it was purely reactive. Everything was what will work now. Let's do this as a tactic. Let's run another marketing campaign. Okay, the market has shifted. This is what the market want right now. And it was fun for a very short time, and then I hated every moment. It was stressful, it was overwhelming, we were constantly running campaigns. I felt that the whole business was performative, so we're having to put on a show just to make money. The good news is, and this is all good news, we no longer have to think this way. We no longer have to show up like this. We can run a business as a proper business that stands the test of time, that you're not running back-to-back campaigns, that thinking, what's going to be the thing that I offer this month? No, you solve a specific problem for a specific type of person, you help change their lives in that specific area, and you build your reputation, you build your trust that way, and more people are going to feel safe buying from you. And because you're not playing this short-term tactical game, you're building from trust. And by the way, you might not be in the online space. You might have a salon or something like that. It's not about offering different things every month and at the end of the month, okay, let's do a discount. You get known for the transformation that you provide, and that trust compounds month on month until you become the only go-to person. So the old seller, they're pushing, chasing, and trying to convince the market to buy from them and giving them all these compelling reasons to buy. But that we know isn't working anymore. The shift to the new leader, because it's not even a seller anymore. The new leader, they show up, they're present, they listen, and they guide. I'll also add in, they challenge in a lovely way. They challenge with empathy. So this is what it's about today. And so I'm going to ask you now, if you're not getting the results that you want, are you showing up truly to serve, to make a difference? Are you listening to your clients and your market? And are you guiding them daily? And also, are you challenging them to be better in the specific area that you can help? You got to remember, people don't buy because you push, they buy because they trust. So what is this new game? How are people buying in 2026? I believe it's down to these three different things, and where people buy is when we've got all three of these things in place. And the cool thing is, before I go into this, all of it is already natural. None of this is asking you to be anything different. None of this is asking you to run campaigns, a bunch of ads, throwing money at things, keeping your fingers crossed, or just spending the most money so you become the guru in your specific area. This is where I believe the market is at. I'm seeing this with my clients. I'm seeing it in my own business already, and we're only in the third week in January. This has been by far the most successful start to any year I've had in my business since 2019, so 6 or 7 years. So let's get into it. Omnipresence. This is my favorite one because this works for me. I want to be that guy that doesn't just pick one platform, that I'm on different platforms, I'm showing up. Is it work? Yeah, if you're in the wrong headspace. If you're showing up because you're trying to get paid, then you're going to be exhausted. I genuinely love to help people. I generally love having conversations, meeting new people every day. So for me, it's posting through my stories. It's sharing my opinions. I send about 25 to 35 voice notes a day to my current clients, to new potential clients, and I love it because it is about having that back and forth conversation. You're not here to create a monologue, which is how most marketing works, and it's why it doesn't work. You're here to create a dialogue. So by the way, let me know below. Let me know where you are in the world. Let me know what type of business you have and what's your goal for this year. Feel free to answer below. You see what we're doing here? This is the dialogue. I want to get to know you genuinely. And then from here, it's real life. It's not just a matter of putting together a sales funnel and going, let's take this to market. We've got to be omnipresent in the work that we do. So I'm here on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Threads, so feel free to follow me over there. And I love all of it. And then from here, it's the relationship, it's conversations, voice notes, conversations, it's trust, it's familiarity. I have no issues. I very much see, and again, I can do a much deeper video on this. I see the top end of the funnel for me is the videos that I share that are nothing to do with my business. They're purely the fact that I'm getting lunch here in Thailand. I'm sharing what I'm having for lunch and just talking about it. Or my cat, wherever he is, I don't think he's not in here right now. Just talking about my cat or doing something stupid with my cat. And people are like, oh, you should just be talking about your business. No, we don't want to be that kid in school that's annoying because they've got all the answers in science class. People today, they want to trust you. They want to know that you're a real person behind all the work that you do. And you don't do this to manipulate. I know that there's a lot of stuff out there which is almost manipulation because it's kind of pushing people to share their vulnerability, share their story, share their origin story. That's all cool if it's generally coming from you. I just like to share. Like today, I went to a smoky chicken place where I live here in Thailand and I shared, hey, this is what I'm having for lunch. This is what I like about Thailand. That's my top end of the funnel. We can talk about it another time. And then from here, that familiarity, it grows into trust and it grows into conversations. Already this year, I'm having amazing conversations with people that I've never met before, never known before, but I'm sharing more than I've ever shared before. And I'm doing it from the place that's the right energy. If you want to learn more about energetically how you show up and you don't get burnt out, this is why you want to subscribe to my channel. And then your leadership, because people buy into your leadership more than anything else. We don't need more experts. We don't need more people talking about that they've got the latest product and the latest transformation that they can create for you. We want people to show up as they are. We don't lack experts, we lack good leadership with a clear message, because this is what leadership is. You're clear in your message. You've got standards. You can give direction, so you stand for what you believe in. This is the game that we're playing today. There's so much more that I want to share with you, but I wanted just to open this topic up with you. And then from there, if I start to get a lot of comments which are based on specific questions, I'll happily do another video going a little bit deeper on this topic. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.